Welcome back everyone, Mariah Monetize here, and in today's video we are going over the price of Bitcoin, going over news in the cryptocurrency space, getting into the details of what's happening between Coinbase and the SEC, and if I didn't say it already, we're getting into the price of Bitcoin today, going over Bitcoin's current, recent price action, and I'm going to be giving you some predictions on where I think it's going next. But before we get started, I have one very simple way for you to support this channel. And it is by clicking the link that I have below. And so many of you don't know this about me, but when I was in high school and in my early 20s, I was considered a professional sweepstaker. What does that mean? I would spend 16, 18 hours a day entering online sweepstakes, radio contests, and basically I did that for 7 years or so. I won approximately $1 million in prizes. That included 5 cars, one of those being on The Price is Right, a motorcycle. I won $10,000 several times, trips to the Grammys, trips to an NFL football game, free taquitos for a year, free Oreos for a year, all sorts of things. And so I actually came across this sweepstakes. I haven't entered a sweepstakes in a very long time, but it's by Jose Cuervo. If you don't know this about me, I'm an avid tequila drinker. And Jose Cuervo actually doesn't have just their basic $15, $12 bottles. In the States, it's probably 10. They actually have high-end tequila. So I entered this basically custom margarita contest. And if you could just click the link and click the little heart here and support my entry. So basically you have to create your own margarita mix. I chose guava and cinnamon, inspired by actually a dipping sauce here in Puerto Rico that you dip fried cheese in. And so if you'd like to support my channel, that is one simple way that you could do it, because I would love to win this sweepstakes contest, and I would also love to have the bragging rights of saying, hey, I actually created that margarita mix that's in the store. So if you want to help me out, that would be really awesome. I appreciate it. You know, when it comes to the people making videos about the cryptocurrency space, it's a tough world out there. I mean, when it comes to Google AdSense, I probably couldn't even pay for on a monthly basis what my food expenses are with my YouTube AdSense revenue. So if you're thinking about getting rich and making YouTube videos, you might want to rethink that. So let's go and get into some news when it comes to the cryptocurrency space, the economy, all the things that are happening. So Do Kwon now faces criminal fraud charges from US prosecutors. As we know, he is the Terraform Labs founder. And he has already faced civil charges in the US and was arrested earlier Thursday. Let's go ahead and take a look here at news that's happening across the space. We know that Bitcoin is now sitting in the $28,000 range. We know that yesterday the Fed raised interest rates another 25 basis points. That was there was not a single member that actually wanted to not raise or drop the rate, so that was a unanimous decision. So let's see here. After the failure of banks including Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, just 10% of Americans have a great deal of confidence in the bank and financial institutions. That was according to a survey. So this is really interesting. Coinbase net income over time. 2019, 533 million. 2020, 436 million. 2021, 4.69 billion. 22, 1.46 billion. And then they have some projections. This year, they are estimated to be on track for 906 million in net come. So you could just see how obviously Coinbase, their business is based off of fees. And depending on the price of Bitcoin, that changes the fee structure dramatically. So the higher the price of Bitcoin, the more money Coinbase is obviously going to make. So this is a very important thread. I'm not going to get into the entire thread. If you want to check it out, head over to my Twitter account and look under my liked tweets. So basically, the SEC is coming after Coinbase for them listing securities on their platform to be able to trade. As I mentioned to you guys previously, I've always been a little bit skeptical when it comes to Coinbase and having securities. I mean, not Coinbase, but altcoins in general. But what Coinbase is saying is like, hey, we have taken the time to meet with the SEC to ask them for guidance when it comes to regulation and compliance issues, and they have given us nothing in return. On top of it, they are getting mixed information from different government agencies. So Coinbase is over here like, listen, we are trying to be compliant, we are trying to work with you, but you won't even give us guidelines to work within. And so it has become quite an issue, but we can applaud Coinbase for fighting back. And it's looking pretty good for the case that they are making. So everyone was hating Coinbase a few months ago. Now they have become the savior. Things happen really quickly. So as you guys know, I follow the car market quite closely with having a car rental business here in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico Wheels, if you want to check it out, just find us on Facebook, send us a message with your dates. And so I'm out there car shopping, looking at understanding the rates, the fluctuation in prices. Jeep Wranglers, right? One of those popular cars on the island in April of 2021, brand new, 44K. It peaked at about 54K. Now you're looking at about 51. So car prices are coming down quite a bit, and the inventory landscape has changed dramatically. When I went to the dealership back in 2021, sometimes there were 2 Wranglers on the lot. Now there is an abundance of all models, all colors. As of this week, the average used auto loan rate is over 14%. That hasn't happened in decades. So the SEC has charged 8 celebrities regarding illegally, basically talking about recommending these coins, TRX, BTT, without disclosing that they were being paid. Some of those celebrities include Lindsay Lohan, which only got paid $10K, Jake Paul, Soulja Boy, Austin Mahone, and a few others. So we have some crazy news. So one thing that we have to kind of anticipate to happen is that the on ramp and the off ramps between exchanges and banks, they could be closed. And so Kraken basically sent out an email stating that as of March 27th, Kraken will be unable to support ACH deposits and withdrawals. Our team is working to make ACH funding available again as soon as possible. So I'm guessing that you can do wire transfers, but I haven't looked deep enough into the issue yet. So that is something to consider if you plan on buying Bitcoin and crypto in the near future. Supposedly things are looking good when it comes to the Ripple, XRP, well, let's see, when it comes to their whole SEC debacle as well. So that's another thing that's on the table that we're kind of waiting to hear guidance and clarity from. So inflation in the UK has risen to 10.4%, which is a 1.1% increase month over month. Even though central banks are tightening financial conditions, inflation continues to rise. So another day, another bank in trouble. This was reported yesterday. PacWest customers pulled 20% of total deposits. The bank has now borrowed $10.5 billion from the Fed's discount window, $3.7 billion from the Federal Home Loan Bank, and $2.1 billion from the Bank Term Funds Program. The stock is down 56% in the last month. So here's some more car facts. New car prices are record high. Used car prices are 5% off record highs, and vehicle affordability is at a record low. Inventory is lower than it's ever been. See, the thing is that it seems like situation in the States when it comes to cars is a bit different versus when it comes to here in Puerto Rico. The whole landscape is quite different, so it's hard for me to know if what I'm experiencing here is what's happening in the States. So let's see, Fidelity Investments and BlackRock, 2 of the world's largest financial institutions with a combined $14 trillion in assets under management, are showing signs that they may be driving the next crypto price bull run. So let's see, Bank of Indonesia to transition away from Visa and MasterCard, introducing a new payment system. Very interesting. So this is very important if you are a Celsius member, customer. Judge approved Celsius plan to return 72.5% of crypto assets to custodial accounts. So the housing market is officially slowing down for the first time in 131 months. The median home sale price has dropped. All right, that's enough here on the news. Let's go ahead and get into the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently sitting at $28,259. I actually haven't even taken a deep dive here on the chart in a few hours, so I'll be looking at it with some fresh eyes. This right here is a weekly chart, which is looking pretty strong. We have this green 2 trading above the green 1. Structurally, the weekly chart, it looks pretty darn good. This right here is the daily chart. The daily chart is looking quite toppy in my opinion. I do think that we will see a pullback to about 25,250. I am anticipating Bitcoin to pull back into that range. Let's take a look here at the 12 hour. 12 hour here, a little bit of sideways trading. I would anticipate a bit of a pullback in the 12-hour chart. This right here is the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, let's see, the high of this candle is 28,923. This one here is 28,825. So the 4-hour chart almost made a higher high, but not quite. Let's take a look here at the hourly. The hourly chart has made a higher high, a bit of a pullback. We want to see Bitcoin get above the high of this candle at 28,825. So let's take a look here at the 30-minute. Bitcoin did drop to, let's see here. Let's look at the hourly chart. So this drop came in, a really nice buying opportunity if you're able to grab it at 26,725. Let's take a look here at the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart not looking nearly as strong. Let's take a look here at the 5-minute on Bitcoin. 5-minute chart is looking okay. No conviction on the 5-hour. The 5-minute. Ethereum sitting at 1813. We have gold sitting at 1990. We have Coinbase stock, which was down 15% today, which is kind of interesting. I have to look a little bit more into that, but we saw a lot of sentiment kind of come around Coinbase in their attempt to challenge the SEC, which many believe to be looking quite good. Across the board, we saw green in the altcoin space. A couple coins down a little bit, but for the most part, a lot of green across the board. And when it came to majors as well, we saw SPY end on a pretty good note today. I had a bit of a bounce off of the low of this candle, which was 390.35. So let's go and take a look here at the hourly. So today is the 23rd. Let's see. So this right here was the opening candle. So a little bit of upwards price action, but then a pullback for the rest of the day. But across the board, most markets looked pretty good. Let's take a look here at marijuana stocks. A little bit of a mix here, a little bit of green, a little bit of red when it comes to marijuana stocks. So what am I personally doing when it comes to Bitcoin? I am staying patient. I'm anticipating that pullback to 25,250. I anticipate it to probably happen in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I think that will be a good buying opportunity. But I do think we're going to probably pull back to 25. We're probably going to see a run up to the $32,000 range. And I do anticipate more negative news to come out that will pull Bitcoin down. I do not like the landscape that we're sitting in from the economical standpoint, and I think that there are buying opportunities. I am not chasing quite yet. I do think that we are going to have some pullbacks ahead of us that are going to be amazing buying opportunities. So that's all that I have for you today. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love. And like I said, if you could just hit a like on that link I have to my personalized margarita mix. That's all that I have for you today. Go out there and create a portfolio that you love.